Oh, yeah, but yeah. Right, okay. Yeah, I think like we did last time, since we don't have the mic.
Yeah.
Side and then.
Right. So any number that is not, well, we'll talk about it after this.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It is test. Okay, sorry, I had to shut my volume off. It is August the 26th, which is a Monday at 4 p.m. I'd like to call to order the Public Works and Property Vacation Committee meeting. Clerk Torado, I believe you have some comments you'd like to make before the meeting.
Good afternoon, members of the public. For audio quality, we will be muting everyone not speaking by default to maintain good audio quality for council and yourselves. If you would like to speak during the meeting, during the public portion, please submit your requests in the chat. Directions to do so will be listed in the chat. We ask that you provide your full name and address, as those are required for all speakers at in-person council meetings. If you have any questions, please use the link provided in the Teams chat to submit them. Additionally, if you are called to speak, please provide your details in the following format. My name is full name, and I live at address, and I would like to speak for or against agenda item. You will then be given 5 minutes to speak. Please ensure that you unmute yourself prior to giving your remarks. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those comments. Would you like to call the roll call for the committee, please? Thank you.
Committee Chair Noskoski,
Present.
Councilmember Vice Chair White, Councilmember Boulder Simpson,
Present.
Councilmember Dr. Davis, Citizen Member Carl Luttrell, Citizen Member Jason Piontek. All present.
Thank you so much. So we do have a quorum. We'll begin today with hearing bill number 3724. Do we have a presenter for 3724?
Good afternoon, Angela Smith with Dan Charner Associates. Office is located at 1643 Commerce Drive in South Bend. The petition for vacation before you this afternoon is kind of a cleanup. When we were doing the vacation for Beacon recently, we noticed that this parcel also had an issue. So this is the block over by the Burger King here downtown, which has several parking lots for Beacon on it right now in the former NIPSCO building there at the corner. When we were looking at this, on paper, the alley still exists. but the actual curb cut hasn't existed since prior to 2010. So this is cleaning up, getting rid of the paper alley so that when they do future development, the alley doesn't hinder their ability to build across that property. They have been working with the adjacent property owner for some access agreements that they have there, just to make sure that everything's resolved. And we ask that you send this to the full council with a favorable recommendation. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you so much. Is there anyone from the committee that has any questions? Is there any council members present that have any questions? Okay, seeing none, then I'm going to go ahead and thank you so much, Angela. I'll open it up to the public hearing. Is there anyone wishing to speak in favor for the alley vacation for bill number 3724? Seeing no one, and I don't see anyone virtually. Is there anyone wishing to speak against? Again, I see no one in the chamber or anyone virtually as well. Nope. Okay, I'm going to close the public hearing and bring it back to the committee. Is there any statements from committee members, or would you like to make a motion regarding the bill? Second. That's for the committee of the whole? Yes.
Yeah, committee of whole. Yeah, I'm skipping all over.
No problem. Thank you. So there's been a motion made to send Bill 3724 to the committee of the whole, and it's been duly seconded. Could we take a roll call, please? We have to vote on the,
Councilmember Dr. Davis,
Aye.
Councilmember Bolden Simpson,
aye.
Councilmember Vice Chair White. Aye. Committee Chair Nisgowsky,
Aye.
Citizen Member Carl Luttrell, Citizen Member Jason Piontek. All ayes.
Thank you so much. Bill 3724 will be sent to the committee of the whole with a favorable recommendation. I'd like to thank my my members of our citizen members for attending today's meeting. This meeting is now adjourned, and the next meeting will be community investment that starts at 4:15. Thank you.
Right. Right. Well, we could, but when. Last time we did it was before the turn of the century. We can't do it in that last year. Mhm. Okay. Okay, good. I can use any help I can get.
Afternoon, I'll call to order the 4:15 Community Investment Committee meeting. I will take a roll call. Councilmember Thomas Morgan,
Present.
Councilmember Bolden Simpson,
Present.
Councilmember Gooden Rogers.
Present.
The Warner's here, citizen member Kane Kenijeski. Or citizen member Tom Gripe. Nope, okay. With that, we have a quorum and we'll move forward. Bill number 2428, a confirming resolution for tax abatement for 1710 North Sheridan Street. I think that's Hoosier Tank. Welcome, Mr. Bimmendorfer.
Thank you. Good afternoon. As mentioned, my name is Mark Beamendorfer with offices on the 14th floor of this building. Before you today is Bill 2428, which is a confirming resolution for a 5-year personal property tax abatement for property to be installed at 1710 North Sheridan Street. This bill is a continuation of the designating resolution adopted in the prior meeting on the 12th. Since we covered this project a few weeks ago, I'll provide a quick recap. The petitioner for the personal property tax abatement is Hoosier Tank Manufacturing, Hoosier Tank and Manufacturing LLC. Company's been operating out of South Bend since '91, and they manufacture steel air reservoirs for the heavy-duty truck and trailer industries. The company is planning a $4 million investment to expand the capacity of their assembly line, and this expansion will require the company to hire an additional 15 employees with a total annual payroll of $780,000. This will be in addition to the current 112 employees on payroll. Regarding the tax impact of the proposed abatement, the company paid a little under $90,000 with the most recent tax year. During the term of the abatement, an additional $320,000 of new taxes are estimated to come from this investment. Of these new tax dollars, around $227,000 will be abated under the terms of this abatement, and $92,000 will be assessed. After the abatement period ends, an additional $139,000 in new estimated taxes will be paid through between years 6 through 10. Please note that these are just the new tax dollars generated from the investment, does not reflect the current taxes under the business. So this slide provides a little deeper breakdown into the impact of the tax abatement on their annual filings. And as I mentioned, we covered this a few weeks ago, so that concludes my recap. Now, John Maddox, business unit leader within Hoosier Tank, is here for any questions. He's online via Teams. I'm also happy to answer any questions myself.
Thank you, Mr. Bimmendorfer. Committee members, any questions? Questions, council members? Okay. Seeing none, we'll open up to the public. Any members of the public wishing to speak on the bill? Any members in person or online?
I do not see anyone in person or online wishing to speak.
Thank you. With that, I'll bring it back to the committee. Any comments or proposed action?
That Bill 2428 go to the full council with favorable recommendation.
Second motion.
We have a motion and a second. Can you do the roll call, please, clerk?
Councilmember Gooden Rogers,
Aye.
Councilmember Bolden Simpson,
Aye.
Councilmember Vice President Thomas Morgan,
Aye.
Committee Chair Warner,
Aye.
Citizen Member Thomas Gripe, Citizen Member Kane Kaniewski. 4 ayes.
Thank you. With that, the bill will go to the full council with a favorable recommendation. And the committee investment committee is adjourned. The next meeting is at 4:30.
All righty. It is 4:30 PM. And Dr. Oliver Davis, Chair. I'd like to call the Zoning Organization Committee to order. I'd like for our city clerk to please call the roll.
Committee Chair Dr. Davis,
I'm present.
Councilmember Vice Chair Gunn Rogers,
Present.
Councilmember Nisgowsky,
Present.
Councilmember White,
Present.
Citizen Member Jordan Geiger,
He let me know he may not be here.
Citizen Member Stacy Odom.
Present.
5 present.
Okay, thank you so much. We have Bill number 3624, amending zoning ordinance for property located at 5101 Nips Parkway. And we have my Buckeye. Go for it.
Skip Morrell, Principal Development Planner with offices on the 14th floor of this building. This is Bill 36-24, located 5101 Nims Parkway. The owner is Service Area Number 4 LLC. And the request is to rezone from what's currently not zoned to I industrial. This is a view from the street, and then I think an overhead view kind of gives a better picture. Provide some local context. This area has a mix of industrial and office uses with an increase in companies in the past decade. Specifically looking at this property, this was built in 1960 and has historically been used as an Indiana state police post until 2021 when it was sold by the state of Indiana. Now, the property subdivision just went through Plan Commission last week to define the property, and then this is the final step in that process, which is assigning it a zoning so that it becomes a legal buildable lot. The zoning as I industrial is contextually appropriate to the surrounding area and would allow for the proposed use as professional office space. This is consistent with the South Bend Comprehensive Plan, with the objective of retaining businesses and recruiting new ones to the city. And the future land use plan identifies this area as light industrial. This rezoning request comes to you from the Plan Commission with a favorable recommendation.
That is correct. Any questions? Yeah. My committee or council before? If not, we would like to have our presenter come forth. Please state your name, your address, and share us your thoughts regarding your project.
Hi, my name's Terry Lang from the Whiteman office. Our address is 1402 Mishawaka Avenue here in South Bend. I represent the petitioners here. As Skip had indicated, this used to be the old Indiana State Police Post. Properties on either side of it are zoned industrial. The parcel, the Indiana State Police Post, was created there before the zoning ordinance ever went into effect for St. Joseph County. So at this point, it had never been zoned. Being it has been sold, we're trying to bring it in compliance and zone it similar to what the properties on either side are so that it can be developed in an appropriate manner. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.
All right. Any questions, Mr. Lang? Okay. We
Thank
have
you.
peace up here. And so now we'd like for those in the audience, we open up for public hearing. Anybody would like to speak in favor in present or those online? Please share your thoughts. Come forth. Anybody would like to speak in opposition online or who are here in the chambers?
I do not see anyone in person or online wishing to speak in favor or opposition.
Okay, then we will close the public hearing and we'll bring it back to the committee for your thoughts, or if any other council member wants to share their thoughts, I'm open. Or you have a recommendation? Yes, go ahead.
I'd just like to say thank you to the organization that's going to repurpose this old Indiana State Police in the First District. We appreciate you having vision and wanting to do something that's going to be constructive and beneficial to the community. So thank you very much.
All right, you heard from my First District. Anybody else? All righty. Do we have a recommendation or any other comments?
6-4 is sent to the committee of the whole with favorable recommendations.
Do we have a second? Okay, for a second, Mr. Phil, you all right? Just good, good, Roger. And so we're not for our clerk to please take our roll.
Councilmember Nisgowsky,
Aye.
Councilmember White,
Aye.
Councilmember Vice Chair Gooden Rogers, Committee Chair Dr. Davis,
Aye.
Citizen Member Stacy Odom,
Aye.
5 ayes.
All righty. We'll look forward to seeing you tonight at the 7 o'clock meeting. Thank you for coming, and we'll send that forward with a favorable recommendation. Now, we would like to hear, do we need a motion or a recommendation on the substitute first? Or do we just?
Make a motion to accept the substitute bill?
Motion to accept the substitute bill is moved and seconded. Do we need to do roll call? Can we just do that? Roll call?
You don't need to.
Councilmember
Okay, hold
Nisgowsky,
second. Oh, 1 second. We just need she said we don't need a roll call from that one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, now, we will then hear substitute bill number 3124, amending zoning ordinance for a property located at 17023 Helpler Street. Skip, back to you.
Skip Morrell, Principal Development Planner with offices on the 14th floor of this building. This is again substitute bill 31-24, located at 17023 Hepler Street. The owner is Fox Creek LLC, and the request is to annex into the city and rezone from what's currently R single family in St. Joseph County to U2 Urban Neighborhood 2. The proposed project, or first for some context, this is a view as you're kind of coming from the southeast and then looking at it from the southwest. And then this is the proposed project, which is on the 7.5 acre property to develop 41 units, 38 as duplexes and 3 as single family, with access from both Hepler Street to the south, as well as Creek Bottom Drive to the west. And then while the initial conceptual plans are provided, I do want to note this is specifically looking at the annexation and the rezoning to U2 Urban Neighborhood 2. So to provide some context, this is our site here highlighted. To the west, those are properties in the city of South Bend, zoned S1, Suburban Neighborhood 1. As you move to the east, those are manufactured homes in the city of Mishawaka. Then to the southeast, those are apartments in Mishawaka. To the south, you have some civic uses, so churches and a school. And then looking specifically at the site itself, there's one single family house that did initially occupy the southern end of the lot between 1951 and 2022. A shed and a pole barn were also built around that time of the house. The pole barn and the shed are still there. The house is not. This rezoning and annexation is consistent with the South Bend Comprehensive Plan to encourage residential units to contain a mix of housing types, densities, price ranges, and amenities. It's also consistent with the South Bend annexation policy to extend city services and utilities beyond the city limits should not occur unless it furthers the annexation policies of the city. Ultimately, this annexation and rezoning, it's responsible development and growth to require properties that are contiguous to the city limits to be annexed into the city at the time of development, so they're held to city standards as far as development. Likewise, it's responsible development to encourage residential development in this residential area that provides more housing units with a mixture of densities and price ranges to the area. This annexation and rezoning comes to you from the Plan Commission with a favorable recommendation.
And when they do that, then they will rename the street with that part of it to give it a South Bend address.
Sorry, can you?
They will rename that piece of it to give it a South Bend address after everything's complete.
It would, and then the petitioner, I think, can speak more to the specifics of the project.
Cool. Any questions for Mr. Skip Morrell at this time? If not, we will hear from our presenter. Please state your name and address and share us your thoughts regarding your project and your plans. Yes, please. Thank you so kindly. just wait before you share anything so we can get everybody get a copy first and then present so we can all pay attention to you. This is for this is right. This is from the- Everybody have a copy? All righty, now you can state your name and share us your thoughts, and we're looking forward to hearing it.
Good afternoon, Chris Godlewski, Abbott Marsh Consultants, 315 West Jefferson Boulevard, South Bend, Indiana. I represent the clients, Steve Smith, Pat Matthews, and Tim Saylor. What I handed out were a number of renderings. We just kind of completed them recently. You do have a concept plan here for the annexation and a rendering of what the subdivision would be like. I think you had that in advance. So as Skip said, and thank you for the positive staff report and the good feedback from the Plan Commission. This is a 42 lot subdivision, lower size dwellings. Most of them are attached. It's keeping similar density to the area. As you can see, if this was annexed, it kind of caps off the eastern development of the city of South Bend, where there's city on the south, west, and north, and the city of Mishawaka goes east from here. Some future planning, there's some small dedication of right-of-way if Hickory ever extended forward or northward. A special care and attention is paid to the floodplain and floodway area where Jude Creek is. All stormwater retention will be maintained on site. I know that was a question in the Plan Commission meeting. By city ordinance, it has to stay on site. So that is the plan. Again, city water and sewer, so that's what helps with the density. And you can see the type of dwelling units in those renderings of what would be established. That's kind of the high level aspect of it, and I can take any questions you have or representatives as well.
What's the advantage for you for annexing with the city of South Bend?
The sewer and water, for sure, because you can't really get that without being in the jurisdiction. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And again, this was the last sliver, really, to be annexed. It was kind of just left alone.
Other questions? Miss, go ahead.
Repeat your question, Councilman Davis.
I said, what was the advantage of them annexing into the city of South Bend?
Okay, I hear you. Okay.
Okay, cool.
If it was retained in the county, you would have to have a septic and well and at least a half-acre lots, let alone what you'd have to plan for right of way and retention.
Any other questions that you have? Councilman Lee?
Be the price point on these.
Price. I'd like to talk about the price of the lots. Go ahead.
I think Steve can answer that question for you.
Yes.
My name is Steve Smith. I'm the owner and managing broker of Irish Realty. And actually, we just relocated our offices directly north of this in the city of South Bend there. So if you see that little pond to the north there, we're just off the edge of the image there at 3566 Douglas Road, South Bend, Indiana, 46635. We began this process. It actually started back in 2017 with a desire to make more senior housing, villas, maintenance-free housing for seniors. I grew up not far from here on 29th Street near the corner of Rose and 29th. And when my mom went to downsize and retire, she moved up to Georgetown Country Village, duplex villas up there. She's been up there for 20 years, really enjoyed it. And so we were saying, man, where can we put more villa housing in this area? And so we were looking for sites because there was an existing villa neighborhood called Creekwood right next door. We acquired the site all the way back in 2020. We've been working on finding the right product to put here. Since then, we've been through a heavy inflationary time period. So I'm trying to get to the point of what's the price point here as affordable as we can get it. And the number one way that we can affect affordability is to reduce size. So when we build relatively small, we make things more affordable. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot detached home today on a $50,000 lot in our community is running in the mid to low 400,000s, which is not affordable for the vast majority of our citizens. Thank you. Thank you for that look, right? You know, it's just not working. And so here we're going to have 1 and 2 bedroom properties. These are going to be slab on grade, but they are going to have 1-car attached garages and a parking spot in the driveway, so people can still have a guest in a car or whatnot here. But we're expecting pricing to start in the mid 200s, which is a price point that is still high, but for new construction, one that we have not seen in our community since this inflation started to run away. So we're very excited to be in the mid 200s to very low 300s, depending on size and amenities.
And will there be an age limit? You gonna do that?
There is no technical age restriction here. So young professionals could live here as well, but we are anticipating that at least 2/3 of our buyers will be seniors. We already have 2 people who gave us $1,000 and said, if and when you get this approved and you start building these, we'd like to buy one. And both of those were seniors. How'd you even find out about this? You know, the word's already getting around, but no technical age restriction here at this point in time.
I said animals.
Animals, of course, people got pets,
Okay, making sure.
for sure. Any other
All right.
questions
Any other questions?
about the product type or anything?
Councilman Warner.
I got a pair of questions. One is for staff and one is for you, Mr. Smith. I know you're doing a lot of building kind of all over St. Joe County, and I kind of pay attention to the news and construction news a lot and permits. And I've noticed lumber prices are coming down, and maybe cross our fingers, it looks like interest rates are coming down, and our costs and kind of price points and the market rate coming down with that, do you think? And I don't mean to put you on the spot.
No,
but
I'm
just curious. Well,
happy
I got a professional here.
Yeah, happy to give you my professional opinion. Interest rates today are sitting around 6.25% for a 30-year fixed rate. That's the lowest we've seen since they shot up in early 2022. They went from 3% to 6% between March and June of 2022. They got as high as 8% there in October, about a year ago, and now they've stuck down to 6.25%. So we expect them to continue to stay low. The economy's getting a little iffy out there. And so bottom line is, though, I don't think you're going to see construction costs drop dramatically. So you may see a 5 or 10% reduction due to lumber prices coming down or whatnot, but other costs are going up and things like that. And so the key to affordability is smart planning. Density is a key to affordability, and size is a key to affordability. So I don't think you're going to see a 10 or 20% reduction in costs. You might see a 5% reduction in costs. Therefore, things like this are going to be the future of housing in our community. We're very excited to bring this forward because we think we need a lot more of this.
Yeah. So I think in the other, I've read, there's a number of studies also. It's also ties back to basic supply and demand. The more you build at all levels of affordability, the more they kind of pushes the market down. But it's in small, single digit amounts still. But every little bit helps, folks. When you're talking about 5%, that's from a $1,200 to maybe a $1,000 payment a month. So my second question is for staff. I'm curious. Next door in the neighborhood next door, do you know when that was built?
To the east or to the west?
West.
To the west, I'm not sure now.
Okay, I get a lot of complaints about the street conditions over there and trying to get that on the paving list. So
Sure.
as we make improvements up there, if we can get the streets are original, and I think it was built in the mid '80s, so that they're due up there. So.
Sure. And then I do just want to reemphasize what we are talking about, the conceptual designs. Ultimately, those designs will have to go through plan review and engineering, everyone. So this really ultimately is just about that annexation and the zoning to U2. So
I know, it's just nice to dream a little bit.
Yep.
It's nice to see housing coming to South Bend like that. And, when you drive around some of our sister cities and they're trying to do that, I'm like, we're the big ones here. We have to do it ourselves here first. And with new changes coming, and I agree, I'm glad to see you all have been focusing on this for a while. So I'm cool. Yes, Councilwoman. No, you still can talk.
All I want to say was that I appreciate you addressing the floodplain, and I know that was a question that came up, so appreciate you reiterating that tonight.
Anybody else? Ms. White?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. This is a question for Mr. Smith. First, we're going to thank you for all the work, and you've been quite busy. And so we appreciate that. After you've gone through all the different levels and the processes, when do you think that you'll be able to start actually building the project that you have before you?
Yeah, we're hoping to get through the annexation and rezoning, which is a really, really big piece here. From there, we'll come back and plat the property next. And what you're seeing is already what we have in mind for that. Our hope is that some of that infrastructure work could begin later this year, but you'll see housing constructed next year. And hopefully if things go according to plan, people will be living there by the end of next year. So that the process is, from where we're at is about 12 to 18 months before people are living there, but construction would begin within 6 months from this point, which is good.
Thank you.
All righty. Hey, we've asked a lot of questions, which has been good. Gotta go. All right. Anybody else? All right, let's go to the public. Those who'd like to speak in favor online or here in the chambers, please share your thoughts and come forth.
I do not see anyone in person or online wishing to speak in favor of the bill.
Those who would like to speak in opposition, please do likewise.
I do not see anyone in person or online wishing to speak in opposition.
Okay, we'll close the public hearing and come back to a lively discussion if we need to have one, or your recommendation committee, whichever one you want.
I would like to make the recommendation that substitute bill 31-24 would be sent to the committee of the whole with a favorable recommendation.
All right, we have a second. Okay, we have a second. Clerk Toronto, could you please take the roll with me going last?
Councilmember Nisgowsky.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Councilmember Vice Chair Good Rogers.
Aye.
Committee Chair Dr. Davis.
One more chair. I'd like to go last on that one. Go for it. No, I said I would like to go last. We still have one more member. I said I would like to go last.
Okay. Citizen Member Stacy Odom.
Aye.
Now me. Aye. Cool.
5 ayes.
All righty. Thank you. All righty. Appreciate that. And we'll see you all tonight at 7 o'clock sharp. Okay. And for our last bill, we have bill number 2427. This is a resolution adopting a written fiscal plan and establishing a policy for the provision of services to Fox Creek Annex area in the Clay Township. Go for it. All righty, Mr. DeVita, how you doing?
Doing well. Good afternoon. Michael
afternoon.
DeVita, Principal Planner with the City Department of Community Investment offices on the 14th floor of this building. So you just heard the question about whether that area at Hepler and Hickory should be annexed and rezoned into the city. So the second kind of part of the question is, if it were annexed, how would the city provide services for that? Here we have the one, what's currently one parcel at the northwest corner of Hickory Road and Hepler Street. It's approximately 7.5 acres and meets the state law contiguity requirement. No capital improvements are planned by the city now as part of this annexation. Water and sewer are both available from a Creek Bottom Drive, which is the street that comes into the western part of the site. A portion of the Hepler Street right-of-way and a Paper Street portion of Hickory Road would be added to the city. The annexation area will be added to the Common Council's 4th District, served by Police Beat 11, Fire Station 3, Emergency Medic 9, and Neighborhood Services Enforcement Area 6. I then asked for the committee's favorable recommendation for the fiscal plan for this annexation area, but we'll be happy to take any questions you might have.
Any questions for Mr. DeVita? He likes to hear our questions and answer questions. He's always ready for them. No questions for you today. You can have a seat from that standpoint. All righty. Any others making any other presentation? That's it? Go for it. Come on up. We'd like to hear from you. Share your name and address and share the brief summary and we are ready for you.
Yep, Chris Godlewski, Evan Marsh, 315 West Jefferson Boulevard,
Mm-hmm.
South Bend, Indiana. Not much to say because the purpose of the previous discussion covered a lot of the topics. This is the financial. Just the general consideration is the tax revenue generated by something that's vacant versus something with 40 homes, and plus the income tax generated from that is substantial. And
It is.
looping water systems, creating internal roads, those types of things create, fiscal stability for the city as well. So I think this is from a fiscal management, it caps off the city development well.
Cool. I like all those words.
Yep.
All righty. Anybody would like to add to all those words, questions, some things you shared? Anything else? Nobody. We thank you. You did a great job. Appreciate it. Anytime you talk about money to the city, it sounds good to us up here. All righty. We'll go to our public hearing. Those who'd like to speak in favor, please come forth and share your thoughts. If you're in the chambers or if you're online.
I do not see anyone from the public or online wishing to speak in favor
Okay.
of the bill.
Those who would like to speak in opposition, say come forth.
I do not see anyone in person or online wishing to speak in
All
opposition.
right, back to our committee. For a recommendation.
That the, Bill 2427 go to the full council with a favorable recommendation.
All right, second. Okay, well, our clerk, please take the roll with me going last.
Councilmember Nisgowsky.
Aye.
Councilmember White.
Aye.
Councilmember Vice Chair Gooden Rogers.
Aye.
Citizen Member Stacy Odom.
Aye.
Committee Chair Dr. Davis.
Aye.
5 ayes.
Thank you. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you tonight at 7:00. And we are adjourned in our committee. Oh.